to make the ping in the Discord server, which is the standard tradition for this stream. So hello everyone, if you're watching the VOD, this is the 4th live stream I have done. Here we are, we've got the stream up and I'm going to ping my Discord server to let everyone know that I am indeed streaming. 178 people in the server. Oh, that's always so good. Right, let's see how far behind this stream is. I need to make sure. Alex, hello. So quick wave just to make sure. There's only a 2-second delay. That's good. Oh my goodness gracious. So hello everyone. It is Sunday the 6th of March. It is 8 p.m. and I am exhausted. This is not wise for me to do. It's got to be said. I'm very tired. I woke up this morning at 10 to 6 and Josh, hello, you made it. You've just arrived. I'm still awake. I should be in bed now. I am absolutely exhausted. So I've been awake for what? That marks 14, over 14 hours already. Oh, it's been ridiculous. I've been quite lucky with being able to get up today for Comic-Con. This was a convention that I did with my LEGO user group, of which I now have some of the branded clothing at long last. Got the hoodie and got the t-shirt there. Very cool. So I can now properly represent my LEGO user group. And this is going to be the weekly stream for, well, this week, I suppose. And I want to kind of go through Comic-Con mainly because this was the main thing that happened today. Not too much has really happened in the week. The only other major thing that's been happening is the Coronation sets box that I've been making. Hello, everyone that's arriving. We have Seth Bricks. Hello. KH TFN1 Studios. Hello. How are you doing? X Plays. Hello. Nice lug swag. Yeah. Get yourself in a LEGO user group. You get some good swag. So yeah, Seth, I'll answer your question in just a moment. So yeah, I've got all of the footage recorded on my phone. I'm not too sure how much of this I'm actually going to be able to use in the video because there was music playing in the background, and of course YouTube is really fussy with its copyright. At the same time, I do have 2 videos planned, which is the main vlog, and the other video is dedicated to one of the lug members who did a monorail display, which is very cool indeed. I do have a, I may as well show the picture. So just to be a little bit respectful to him, because just in case he doesn't want to be shown on camera, it's a bit tricky to show there. But yes, you will see this in full in the coming days. I'm hoping to do some editing tomorrow to get these videos done. It was such a good time. I don't want to show too much else because obviously I want to leave it all for the vlog. Oh, Comic-Con was so good. This was only ever my second Comic-Con. But it was so much fun being able to dress up as well. It was absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let's go to chat real quick and get these questions answered. So back to Seth. Hey, I made it. How's your past couple of days been? It's been busy. So yesterday I made it known that yesterday was my birthday and I did some stuff. I had family over, we played some games, but I also spent the evening getting on with the train set box, which is basically done. I just got a bit of decoration to do now. And that's been taking a while to get on with, naturally, because it's such a big project. And whilst that's finished yesterday, that was also the past number of days. So that's basically that. And of course, today, Comic-Con. Alex, do you still plan on doing the video on custom exploding kittens? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I looked back at the main Exploding Kittens card video I did, and it did a lot better than I remembered it, than I thought it did. So I might still do so. The thing is, it's because it's not. I'm stuck with this mentality. It's a bit of a selfish mentality as well. Of it's not a Lego train, so not many people are going to care, and it's still somewhat true, but it's it did well, so more of them can work. So it is a matter of finding. They shouldn't be too far actually. They should all be in the same place. I think the custom cards are in a box that's close to hand. I need to try and actually find them to begin with. If they're actually close to hand, then that's okay. I can go ahead and do that video. But given how things are displayed here, it's not really too much fun to shuffle everything to a side just to pull something out of this area. So that's, again, it's a possibility, but again, it's this mindset that I'm stuck in for some stupid reason where I think it's not worth it because of X reason. You know, I need to kind of remind myself, just get on with it for goodness sakes. So inevitably, yes, but anytime soon, I don't know, which is, again, a very bad answer. I do apologize. But inevitably, yes, that's the answer you should keep in mind. You saw that Captain Britain is back. Yes, Captain Britain made a return today. I've got the shield back down there. I dusted off the entire suit yesterday, and there was so much dust on that suit. It was unbelievable. The shield in particular was really bad. I have these brushes here, which is I think these are shaving brushes. I can't actually remember, but something like this or a paintbrush that really works for getting thick amounts of dust off of. Well, for me, I thick amounts of dust off Lego bricks. But I did the same thing with the shield, and it's literally just so much. It's not like dust. It's like so much dry skin fell onto it. It's like that. When you brushed it off, it was still solid. It wasn't like misty sort of cloud. It was minging. But it was nice to actually get it clean as well because, you know, I still love this suit. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do anything in the future with that suit either because I had a few people I was talking to say, you know, yeah, this suit's pretty cool. You know, nice costume there. You going to do any more with it? I thought, well, I've had ideas, but it's not really gone anywhere because, you know, evidently it's still in the same condition it's been for months. And a helmet is still the key thing. Whilst I do have a headpiece, I didn't bring it with me because I knew it would be so uncomfortable. Speaking of which, at Comic Con today, there were so many stalls. I didn't realize how big, or rather, how much space the Comic Con convention had today. So it was just like this one long stretch for the stadium that we had. We were on the far side of one of them, and we had to basically walk all the way to the other end to see all of the stalls. So there was this like picture like four quarters. One quarter was all the display stuff, all the cool display stuff, and the other three quarters shops. That was kind of cool because the busyness and the life that all kind of creates was so cool to just see. I tried to keep an eye out for some Captain America pop vinyls. You can see here on this wall, this is my collection of Captain America pop vinyls. I am trying to get a few more. There's a few from the past that I missed out on, but I am keeping an eye out on future ones that come out. There were a few that I think I had, or maybe not had in my basket, but I saw on Amazon. I kind of just noted down. So I think it's worth kind of finding that again and kind of just seeing where they're available because whilst that's no longer got any space, that's still, you know, it's still something I want to get hold of. But yeah, at the same time, because I what was it that kind of caused this? I think it was because on Facebook, the convention had its own sort of page, you know, leading up to today. It was, you know, confirmed to be arriving at Comic Con. This person, this shop, you know, all these sort of things will be kind of appearing every now and then over the coming days up to the convention. And one of the stores that was confirmed to be there, kind of one of their main advertisement pictures, had a Captain America helmet on a kind of dummy head. And I thought, oh, if that's actually going to be there, that's something I'm going to want to get because I can modify that to be Captain Britain. The Captain America helmet shape is something that I think is really cool. And I have tried to make helmets before for costumes, and I can't make a helmet to save my life. Even if I printed that's not necessarily true because I have tried to print templates before, but I am restricted to only having an A4 printer. So even trying to scale it up correctly didn't quite work. So if I actually was able to print a template, you know, full size appropriately, like an A3 printer maybe, that way it could work. But even then, I'd rather purchase a proper solid helmet and modify it that way because, you know, it's a proper helmet then. Similar to how well, you can't see it, but over there on one of the back shelves in the corner is the helmet I have for Captain America, which is a traditional style helmet, but it's got the A, it's got the wings, it has a star design. That looks cool. Even that would be fine, but the shop that's sold that helmet in the town center for me doesn't have a second one, which is so frustrating because that's cool. I want another one of them, but I don't want to go into that helmet because that looks cool. Oh man. Just to go back into chat, people are saying that yellow Percy exists. There's a blue Percy that exists. Model train YouTuber Sam's Trains uploaded a video yesterday of another Hornby model, which is basically Hornby Percy but in blue, which was a very underwhelming video, or not underwhelming video, underwhelming model. I watched the video earlier this evening, and it's such a bad model. It really is. You got the shape for Percy, sure, and I suppose if you wanted to make your own Percy, but didn't want to actually buy a Hornby Percy, that's something you could go with, I suppose, because I think the details, well, not the details, but blue Percy scares me. Let me find the video because it's in my watch history. I'll link it in the chat. I'll put it in my Discord server as well. It's not scary, it's just bland. There we go. I need, yeah, my volume is down, so you're not going to hear it. That way we're not going to get any copyright troubles. Model trains. Okay, so instead I'm going to put it in my Discord server. Blue Percy. There we go. So you can have a look at it over there. It's a thing that exists. That's the only thing I can say on it. It's just a thing that exists. Didn't know there was more than just green. Well, it's the shape of the body for the model train. That's all it is. Hornby, I've literally just replicated. It's the exact same shape. It's just printed in blue, and it's got different decals. That's literally it. So yeah, it's not necessarily Percy, but instead of green, it's blue. It's a different type of logo. Right, so let's go back to Comic-Con chat because this is still fresh on the mind, but at the same time I need to refer back to my videos. I didn't get many videos or really any pictures with people, which is a real shame. I did have pictures with people, but I didn't take the pictures because I was the one kind of doing all the posing and kind of making myself look cool. I wasn't able to actually keep the person to stick around to get a second picture. Obviously there was the really cool picture. Did I post this on my community tab? Yes, I did. I did that earlier, and I put it in the Discord server as well. It's me on that kind of what kind of background would you? What background even was this? It's just a bit of a it's a bit of a mess, really. But a background. I'm standing in front of it. I've got the well, it's this picture. This was earlier today. The photographer kind of saw me walk past. I was in the area. This was so this was the Gertlug Lego display. That photography stand was in the middle, and then there was the stage where the cosplay competitions were going on. I had a few pictures with people in that area, and I was watching the cosplay competition happen. 3 categories took place, and the judges went off to do their judging to declare, okay, winners for all these categories. And in that sort of intermission, I kind of I backed up, that's the word I'm looking for. I backed up kind of to keep out of everybody's way. I then kind of moved next to the photographer. He goes, "Oh, I haven't taken a picture of your costume yet. Come on, let's go. Come on. I thought that was pretty cool. Instead of me going up to him and saying, "Oh, how much does it cost for a picture?" It was, "I want to take a picture of you. Come on, let's go." And it was a very professional setup with a proper good camera, some lights as well. And again, that was the end result. That photo specifically is not what he took. I need to make that known because he took a while to set up the display properly. The lights weren't reacting properly, but one of my lugmates kind of stood behind him, and whilst he was filming with the camera, I just see her click, and get the picture, and that was the picture that she took. And that is going to be a picture I will treasure for a very long time because it is a very cool picture. So that was a thing that happened. There were a few other displays. There's a thing that happened as well. What was it called? Was it Vinnie the Robot? There was this robot display man thing. Again, you'll see this in the vlog in the next day or two. I've got some footage of it. It's not good footage because he was loud, he was annoying. It was definitely something that drew in a crowd. But it's just I didn't like it. I get the appeal of it, but at the same time I thought, good lord, he's so loud and it's repetitive. He will have the display again, given the overall size of the convention that we had. Again, thinking about those 4 quarters, we were in the display quarter. There'll be 3 separate shows in the display quarter. So the crowd could basically just follow him over to do the same show again. It's like, oh, for crying out loud. But yeah, the one thing that kind of took people by surprise was it's not an actual robot. It's like, I suppose it's foam. Maybe there's some 3D printed elements in there. But it's obviously a person in a costume, basically. But the person is so well hidden, and his mannerisms and his behavior is perfect to make it so convincing that this is an actual robot. Again, because, it isn't a robot. It's Comic Con. They're not going to actually bring a full on robot there. And the thing that caught everybody off guard was, well, how did he do it? I need to remember this because, well, there wasn't anything specific, so to say, but every now and then he'll do a routine, and then there'll be 2 hidden nozzles where he would squirt water. The first time he did that, you just hear a loud collective scream and everybody jumping backwards so close to the table. You think, what the hell just happened? And then you realize, oh, he's been squirting water. And every now and then he'll be singing, and lights. Again, you'll see this in the vlog. There's only about 20 seconds worth of footage, but it's so obnoxious for what it is, and the water is its own clever little thing for it. Again, I can see the appeal, but when he left, I was like, thank God, because I could not stand that any further. At the same time, again, not my thing, but I'm glad I got to see it. There was a guy who was cosplaying as Bumblebee, and this was a proper, I'd say, 10 feet tall costume. Again, these are all clips you're going to see in the vlog, but I like to mention this early because it's great stuff to talk about. This is someone who was basically on stilts. The stilts were basically Bumblebee's feet, and it was a really good. I suppose the thing that sells it is because it's so tall. There was a nice big crowd around Bumblebee. Again, whenever Bumblebee would kind of move around the convention floor, people would constantly follow him, which is, again, nice to see. And this guy was quiet, which made him so much better than the robot display thing we saw earlier. When the guy cosplaying as Bumblebee came out at the same time as this, again, I think it's called Vinnie the Robot. I can't remember, but at the same time, I don't care. I thought they were going to do something together, but they didn't. The guy who was cosplaying as Bumblebee kind of stayed out of the way. Maybe because he saw this act before. I remember, again, the first display he did during the day of Vinnie the Robot, all the crowds all around him, kind of getting all excited. And he's over, far proper back corner, as far away, like tucked away as you can be. And he's just sat there waiting. He's just like, not even moving. He's just watching and waiting for the robot thing to do its show and then move on, which I thought was hilarious. And kind of looking back now, he must have known what that robot was going to be like. The worst thing about that robot display as well, again, I've said he was loud, but he intentionally did a thing to, I can't hear you, and everybody screams. There's loads of kids and they're full on screaming. It's not it's high pitched, I'm not gonna actually make the screaming noise, but it's screeching, high, ear piercing, horribleness. It's just bloody awful. Josh says, did I meet anybody specific? Technically, yes. I bumped into an old school friend when I was at Comic-Con today. This was someone I knew back in primary school. We don't keep in touch, but we're still friends on Facebook, so we kind of keep up with each other's walls. And we bumped into each other, like, oh my god, it's you! We had a quick hug and had a quick chat, and that was really fun. But in terms of actual cosplayers, there were professional cosplayers there. It was people who have social media presences. They were people who were judges for the cosplay competition, but it was nobody I would recognize. Again, I haven't done cosplay stuff in a long time. I wouldn't know anyone if I saw them. I wouldn't be able to recognize anyone if I saw them. So Meets, no, but see them and kind of interact with them, yes. So a bit of a stretch, but yeah. There's one more. Again, I didn't get too much footage whilst I was at Comic Con. Another key thing was my phone battery was really low. I did have a charger with me. I've actually got that thing charging up now as we speak. Um, so I think when the convention started, my phone only had like 25 or 30% battery, which was a real shame because I woke up, I thought, fully charged phone, to get so many pictures and photos, and it did not go that way at all today. But again, another thing you'll see in the vlog is every now and then there was a guy dressed as Darth Vader, and there would be another, like no more than a dozen stormtroopers, desert troopers, a TIE fighter pilot, a Death Star employee. Again, I don't really keep up with Star Wars, so I'm not exactly up to date with the names of some of these characters as well. But it was a full-on entourage, and they would always walk single file. They would go across the convention floor. Half an hour later, they'd come back. They yeah, they even disrupted the cosplay competition. Like they're halfway going through all of the contestants in this category, and one of the judges, or one of the hosts rather, says, "Hold on, Darth Vader needs to come through," and then she starts singing the Darth Vader theme song, and everyone had to shift out of the way just so he could walk through. If it was any other costume, nobody would budge, but Darth Vader, you're moving out of the way, and that was really funny. But the other thing is, near the end of the day as well, like say 4 o'clock, like an hour before the convention ends, one of the members of the Lego Club brought a clone trooper army, like a full-on, how would you, like 20-foot display, something like that, something crazy long, and it's just clone trooper minifigures for days, and it looks amazing. It's so uniform, and because it's something that we display, there's space behind the table for people to sit and stand behind. So we were able to talk to the Star Wars team, basically, like again Darth Vader and some of the stormtroopers. We said to them, could you stand behind this table so we can get some pictures? I was watching the kind of the ending of the whole cosplay competition thing. I turned around, I see that happening. I'm like, oh, quick, quick, get the picture. So yeah, that was a really cool thing to see. They obviously recognized what that display was supposed to be, and kind of getting that picture for us was really, really cool. Oh man, it was a really good day. It was a really, really good day. There were a few other people there who were cosplaying as Captain America. Me being Captain Britain, I'm not going to be that well known, but at the same time, there was only two other people that at least that I noticed who were cosplaying Captain America. One of them was just so busy all the time. If I went up to him to say, "Oh, I recognize you, can I get a picture?" I don't think he would have even responded. He was constant. It wasn't like he was like too busy for me. He was focusing so much on his partner getting a picture. Then he had to make sure he was doing again. He just looked so busy, and I thought if I ask him for a picture, he's going to be upset that I've interrupted some kind of routine. So I may as well even be. And the other guy I bumped into fairly early on. This is when I had my first walk through the convention floor. I'm going to the shops. I'm kind of looking side by side. Oh, look at all these things! Look at all these cool things I can buy, which is something else I could talk about in a moment. Um, he sees me and I see him. We raise our shields. We do the good old and a shield bash as a way like a high five, but you do it with shields. That is really cool. We get our picture together, and as we're posing, someone else jumps in the middle of us, and a woman goes, "Okay, stay there 1 second." Like she's got a proper camera, and she takes the picture, and she says, "We're with a magazine or a newspaper, and we're going to put this in the paper." And so, yeah, thank you guys. And she just disappears. We're like, right, okay. Well, she saw an opportunity and went for it. I mean, fair enough. But a bit odd that, at least say, "Can I have a picture?" Because it's nice to at least ask. Yeah, but that was a good time. Being able to actually meet someone of a similar cosplay and say to I recognize you. That's that quick banter moment. That was really good. Josh says, "I despise loud." Well, speaking of loud sounds, don't know if you can hear that outside. That's a loud car engine. This area in particular is, for some reason, a hotbed for morons with loud engines. There he goes again. I despise loud sounds. Yeah, it's not the best thing ever. It's not good either when you forget you have your volume on max and you're wearing headphones. Yeah, I've done that a few times. That's not good. TFN1 Studios also says Boko or Daisy. Ooh, having binged Thomas recently, I think I'll say Boko, because Boko is a much more straightforward, common sense leader type character. Daisy is probably a much better character, especially that she lasts in the show much longer than Boko does. Obviously, coming back into the CGI era. But I think for me, in kind of relation to the character, I would say Boko. So yeah, if you have any more questions you want to put in chat, go ahead and ask them. We still have half an hour. I am amazed I'm actually a bit more awake and a bit more energetic at this point, because leading up to 8 o'clock, I was feeling so exhausted. I felt absolutely drained. I was so hesitant. I thought, why did I say I was going to stream tonight? This is not a good idea. But yeah, I'm actually, focusing. The stream is going well. This is pretty fun. So again, if you have any questions, let me know in chat. Speaking of questions, the 10th anniversary Q&A is going well. I've got at least 30 questions at this point, which is, let me not count them. Let's just have a look at the vast amount of questions I've got going on here. There's just so many, and I think the amazing thing is there are no repeated questions either, so no two people have asked the same or similar question, which is amazing. I suppose they've kind of gone back through the question board. Oh, pardon me. So I suppose people have gone back through the question board and recognized, okay, someone else is asking this, so let's ask this question instead. What's funny to me is some people are asking certain questions. For example, Jolt King, who is one of my moderators for Discord, he's asking Nerf questions. I mean, of course he would, because he's big into the Nerf hobby. And there are lots of people asking about Lego trains. The vast majority of these are Lego trains, and of course, there's one guy who enjoys my content the most when it comes to my cosplay stuff. I definitely enjoy the Comic Con vlog then, but he only asked one question. Of course, it's cosplay related, so that's also quite funny. But yeah, there's a wide variety of questions too. Like, again, some of the hobby stuff, and also some things that are just kind of more generic, which I think is absolutely wonderful to see. Right, so let's have a look back at chat, because I can see chat's moving. So back to Josh. Hold up, you've been on YouTube for nearly 10 years. Yeah, the exact date is one I can't remember, but I do have it written down. Where did I put it? The 10th anniversary is the 9th of April. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean I've been doing videos for that long. Technically I have, not professionally for that long. So the channel was created and a video was uploaded on the same day of the channel's creation. It was all about, I called it street racers. It was basically like cars from the first two Fast and Furious films, where there'd be modified kind of simple cars with flames on the side and big spoilers. That was the sort of thing I did, and made plenty of videos about all the cars I made at the time. Then I went into making Skyrim videos, and then Lego Train stuff became more popular, and that's kind of where my channel ended up today. The Lego Train stuff was super popular, despite that being quite rare all those years ago. And yeah, I mean, again, here we are now. Things have definitely developed over the years, and that's pretty cool. I see more questions appearing in chat. So this is your kind of daily reminder. I'm recording and streaming off of this tablet, but I also have the PC screen below me. So whenever I'm looking down like this, I'm basically checking the chats here, because the chat appears for a few seconds on the tablet screen, but it fades away after a moment. So I have to look back over in this direction to see the chat properly. TFN1 again. Do you know what Diapet Thomas is? No, I do not, and I have a bit of a concern as to what that is. I tell you what, I don't want to look this up now. Instead, let me know, let everyone know in the Discord server. Diapet Thomas. Diapet. That doesn't sound like a good word. That really does. Oh, I said I wasn't going to Google this. Alright, fine. Diapet Thomas. Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. For some reason, whenever somebody links like, have you seen this version of Thomas? I always think it's some kind of scary horror. Well, not necessarily a horror thing, but like some stupid reimagination of Thomas, but specifically like a derpy, silly version of Thomas. But no, these are some really cool toys. Yeah, these engines have drive rods. That's cool. I don't think I'd be getting any of these because I have no desire to want to own any more Thomas toys. I mean, I've got Lego ones for goodness sakes. But yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with that. That's a very cool thing to see. Something else. Diapat's pills. No, let's not look at that. Run away, run away. Back to Josh, who says he's only been here since May 2018. So that's nearly 4 years for you. For me, again, it's probably around the same time where I did videos more professionally. I did a lot more YouTube stuff in summer of 2016, and it's kind of from there onwards where kind of uploading videos properly began. They weren't professional because it was just me. That was properly the era of very shaky phone camera like this, one take, 10 minutes long, compared to the level of quality I try to aim for today. That's probably like the last year or so. So yeah, that's something. I've just seen you did a cattle wagon. Are you going to make a vent van anytime soon? Very maybe. I am looking into rolling stock. I'm not too sure what kind of rolling stock I want to make next, especially when it comes to freight. Um, I do know that I want to make some fish vans. That way I can have my own flying kipper, and that would be a very cool thing to see. So, fish vans, sure. Vent vans, I think they're very common anyways. Will, who owns Block Junction, I think has instructions for a vent van. So I might just buy his instructions and kind of just go from there. Well, at the same time, I don't think I need to because the cattle wagon turned out much better than I thought it would. But if I build a vent van, it's just going to be one van. It's going to be fairly simple, something I can bash together in like an hour and a half. I don't currently have any desire to want to own such a wagon, but I think in time, inevitably, I will end up making one. But I can't confirm that until I actually begin making it. They also have moving pistons on the bottom. As in, if you were to turn the toy over and look underneath the toy, they've got moving cylinders. Is that the sort of thing that you mean? If that's the case, that's amazing attention to detail for a toy. That's really cool. Oh, pardon me again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, fair enough then. There's some very. Let me get those toys up again because Diapet Thomas. Because I don't know if it was just one packaging item. No, it looks to be consistent. Where this is an Asian dialect, so I suppose this was for Japan or China. These sort of toys, and if you had to, or if you wanted one outside of Asia, you have to try and get them imported in, which is a bit of a shame. At the same time, makes sense. But yeah, that's actually a really good looking toy. I'm here in Google Images just looking at one, and there's a hero model, which also says it's a listing for $300. Never mind, I will stick to making Lego ones. Speaking of hero, I have been thinking about more Thomas characters I would want to make out of Lego, and hero is getting more and more interesting. It has to be said, it's not a kind of commonly referred to character, but hero definitely is more favorable than others. It's a CGI character, yes, but the way he was treated in more episodes than to kind of how he was in general is very well treated. Again, the episode Henry's Hero, banger of an episode. It's so good. I think that's the episode that also cemented the character of Hero being a favorite amongst fans. Oh, does Hero have red wheels? Hero, because if he does, this saves me from something, because I painted some wheels in red for a different model that never happened. If Hero has red wheels on the tender, I can use them. And it looks like he does. Yes. Okay, I think I'm going to make Hero one day because of the wheels alone, I can actually use them. Oh, that's so good. That's such a stupid save, but that's cool. That's really, really cool. I'm going to write that down right now. One day we need to make Hero. We need to put that on the bottom of the video ideas list. Hero. There we go. Lego Hero Mock Showcase. There we go. Where is my... Okay. I don't have my... Where is it? Oh, this is going to take... Oh, I'm never going to find it at this rate. Oh, actually, I think I know where it is. So, to actually talk about what I'm looking for, it's my... There we go. Bit of life again. It should be a community tab thing. I can't even remember what it's called now. My to build list. That's it. Oh, goodness gracious. So, a list of models I would like to build. No, never mind. It's not on my community tab. I don't have the picture saved anymore either. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't think that really matters at this point. I mean, everything I've got built, I'm happy with. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Hero, yeah. I need to build Hero one day. That would be a very popular model. I don't know what I say that. I was going to say, I don't know if I'll be able to get him built in time for my next Lego show. But knowing that I could make a model like Hero in 2 days, yeah, I can get that done. Okay. But do I want to make Hero in time for the next show? Depends on how busy I am in the coming days. I've still got the box to finish. Again, I haven't mentioned that a few times. There's some external details I need to kind of get on with. It's not essential, but it'd be nice to kind of make the box not bland, because at the moment it's surrounded with red card just to make it look tidy. Otherwise, it's duct tape on brown cardboard with the writing of what it was used for in work. So yeah, that's definitely something to... I tell you what, since I'm on my video management list, custom exploding kittens cards expansion thing. There we go. Because I think it is ultimately worth getting on with that video. Even if it does seem like a drag to me, I need to just get on with that because it will do well. Okay, so that's noted down as well. Are there any more questions in chat? We do have plenty of time still. We still have 20 minutes to go. I don't think I've got much left to really talk about. I mean, the majority of the stream notes for this stream today was just Comic-Con. So I can get that off my stream notes. There we go. Not that one. What is your opinion on Connor and Caitlin? I like them. They're good characters. I like that they are based on American locomotives as well, because Thomas and Friends is British and a lot of the characters have British locomotive basis. So to see characters like Connor and Caitlin, like Hero again, for example, and a couple of other characters, most notably the majority of characters introduced in The Great Race, to see characters with loco bases that are outside of the UK, that's really cool. There's one thing that really gets on my nerves when it comes to Connor and Caitlin. It's not the fault of the characters, and I don't remember what episode this was. I think it was is it Cure for Connor, or is Cure for Connor something else? I think that might be something else. But it's the one, I think it's the episode where Connor, goes a bit too fast. He destroys his coupling rod, and he goes a bit too slow. I think it's in that episode at the very beginning where the narrator says, Gordon's the fastest, and then there's Spencer, and then there's Connor and Caitlin. No, wrong way round. Spencer is faster than Connor and Caitlin. Spencer is an A4. He hits 126 miles per hour. I basically just ruined that moment. Let me start that again. We're going to go back a few seconds. Just skip this bit. We're fine. So, Gordon is the fastest for a while, sure. Then Spencer shows up, and then it's said that Connor and Caitlin are faster than Spencer and Gordon. Faster than Gordon, that's, fine, that makes sense. But faster than Spencer, no, that shouldn't work, because Spencer is an LNER A4. That went at 126 miles an hour. That's the fastest record for steam speed ever. Connor and Caitlin, I don't know what their top speed was. I think in a video, again, just some odd video that featured that locomotive, I think it was 110, but it ain't 126. Spencer should still be looked at as the fastest character in all of Thomas. But, I suppose because Connor and Caitlin are newer characters, they want to be seen as, they're newer, so they're faster. It's not factually correct. I don't care what anybody says. I like the characters, but Seth, would you attempt an LNER H1? Let's have a look at what an LNER H1 looks like. There's a bit of fluff just dangling around my ear. I don't know if anybody saw that. H1. Oh, I see. Is that a 444? Yes, it is. A bit of fluff is still there. Anyway, that looks quite. That's a completely different engine. Again, that's getting annoying now. Stop it. Right, the H1. That looks very blocky. I can definitely see how that could work. Oh, what's this one? There's another one underneath it. LNER 444 locomotives. What? Metropolitan Railway. Oh, well, that could be its own thing. That looks so much nicer, though, than a... What am I looking at? Let's have a look at what this one is. You can't see it on screen, sadly. The Metropolitan Jones H2. Okay, then. Metropolitan H2. Let's get some better pictures of this thing. Come on, Google, get on with the search. There we go. That's a much better looking locomotive than the H1. I won't build the H1 because it looks too blocky. The H2 looks much nicer. But there was another one that was on my to build list, and that's a 464. What was it called? I want to say the LSWRC class? S class? 464. Let's just do it that way because that definitely helped. It was an express tankin, the LBSCR-L class. LBSCR-L. Is that the one I'm thinking of? It looks like it. Yeah, I think that's the one. It's basically an express tank engine, which is very big and beefy and looks amazing. Yeah. I think that's something I need to get around to building one day. I don't have that many tank engines. I've got Smokey Joe. I've got some Thomas characters, but I think that's it. This would be a nice big bulky tank engine to have. That reminds me, having built or having watched some more Thomas characters recently, Arthur looks like a very good character I want to make as well. So we're going to build Hero and we're going to build Arthur. I think I also wanted to build Salty, so let me get Salty written down as well. Salty dog, yar. Okay, so that's 3 Thomas characters written down. Thomas characters, that's the thing. I think with these ones, I should just keep the face off so I can use them as main logos, but they're also recognizable and can be presented as Thomas characters. Okay. So yes, the LBSCR L class. That's the one I was thinking of. That was on my to build. Oh god, and there's another one I remember. There's another one I remember. The Midland President President class. That was another Sam's Trains video that I watched, and that locomotive is so good. I'm remembering another one. Hang on. We're doing really good here. Caledonian single. One, two. Is it the number 1, 2? Yeah, it was number 1. A single mock showcase. Yeah. Caledonian single number 1, 2, 3. That was it. Okay. So we've got Hero, Arthur, Salty, the President class. I need to get that bit on there. Caledonian single. I need to build the Caledonian single because that is one of the most beautiful steam locomotives I've ever seen. Not in person, but online. Oh my god, I need one. I just need one. I can not go on Discord for a bit. I don't need to worry about that. TFN1 says, have you ever built Neville? Technically, yes. I have built the bullied Q1 before, but that was a few years ago, and that was a 6-wide build. I did have it written down to kind of redo the Q1. I don't think it was so much for it to be Neville, but at the same time, Neville didn't have anything different going on for it compared to the real life locomotive. So I can build the Q1 as to my new standard and find a Neville face and just put it on the front. There we go, that's Neville. I could just take it off. There we go, it's a Q1. And it really is that simple. So technically, yes, I have built Neville, and I think that's something I would like to... I need to actually find my to-do list because this is an issue. I need to actually find a way to... I don't know if there's a way on Discord where you can just look at all of the images that were sent, because that would be very, very helpful. Let me do that right. Roll, stickers, moderation. No, okay. That's something I'll have to do later on, because again, there's a lot of stuff on that to build list that really does, again, genuinely gets me interested. I can close that tab. I can now close that tab. Yeah. So catching up with chat. Connor Caitlin, check. The H1 check. Have I built Neville? Technically, yes. Check the LBSCR L class. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want to have another look at that Midland President. Midland President class. That is a very old locomotive, but my god, it is beautiful. You're gonna have to look this up in your own time, but my god, in Midland red with the yellow lining. Basically, it's LMS. It's so wonderful. I love how that looks so much. Yeah, that's definitely gonna have to be built one day. So many trains. This reminds me of when I was making 6-wide models a few years ago, and I had so many built, and I think it got to a point where, was it the 6-wide ones or was it the 7 ones after? It was one of those two eras. I think it might have been the 6-wide era, because I had a load of custom ones made as well, where I had so many just engines built, like trains specifically, and it became so difficult to kind of maintain and manage them. I think that was ultimately what led to the custom locomotives getting scrapped, and in turn went on to making 7-wide locomotives that were based on real models, and kind of took me where I am today. Let me grab a drink 1 sec. I'm a little bit thirsty. Still not sponsored. Luke say get in touch. Wow, lovely stuff. What's funny with this is the PC is playing back the stream. Again, that's because I can see the chat, but the stream is also delayed by a few seconds. So whenever I'm doing this, I can then look back at the stream right now, and that's what I look like. I look like such a moron. But that's funny though. How about a Class J? Now let's have a look at what a Class J looks like. Class J locomotive. What are we looking at? Is this an old one? Oh, it's one of those. Ah, yes. The Norfolk and Western J-Class. There is a Lego version of this online on YouTube. I don't know if this made it to Ideas. I might be misremembering. Oh no, there is a version on Ideas. There it is on the Google search. But there's another version as well. I think that's a different engine actually. Yeah, that's something different. Oh, the T1. That's something I wanted to make too. Too many ideas. This is not good. Oh, the shark. I can save that for Emerald Champion. Oh, we're doing that. Okay. Shark Nose Emerald Champion. Check. Okay, so back to the J class. There is a Lego version online that looks amazing. Let me have a quick look to make sure it's still uploaded because, again, that locomotive model is perfect. So Norfolk and Western J class. Lego. Make sure I put that in the title. There's one for instructions, which might be the one I'm thinking of. Oh no, and then there's this one. There's another one. Is that the same guy? Yeah, it's the same guy. After making the instructions, he's actually made the video. But yeah, there's this one that looks brilliant. It's only a minute long. There we go, but it is actually moving. And yeah, just watching this now, it looks really good. And this is an 8 wide model. I feel like you could scale that up a little bit more because the overall size and dimensions of American locomotives can definitely support 9 studs wide, which is a very odd thing. I think I mentioned this in a previous live stream where it might even be a live stream. I think it's just been in a casual chat with someone else. Tony Sava, who did a load of Lego train content back in the day, like years and years ago. He posted his stuff on Flickr and then onto YouTube, and he has an Allegheny, which is a multiplex engine, which is 10 studs wide, and he has another one, which is a Yellowstone, which I think he said is 9 studs wide. 9 makes sense because obviously the big American scale and size of the locomotive would suit 9 studs. It's either that or it was his Daylights model. It might even be both, but oh, pardon me again. That's a Lucas coming back up. But it's the fact that 9 studs wide. 9. What a weird number to choose for that. You got the 6 wide models that everybody starts at. You got 7 wide, which is a lot of British locomotives. You got 8 wide, which is what some British locomotives are built to, and the majority of American models. 10 wide is proper massive American engines, again, like the Allegheny. And then there's that odd 9 stud wide where it works. It actually does work. Where you look at again, there's a famous photo of when the Coronation Scots went on its USA tour. It was side by side to a Dreyfus Hudson, and the size difference is so obvious. And I think at that scale, a 7 wide model to a 9 wide model, it's a good thing this stream is going to be over soon. It works. That could work. But I think 9 studs wide, just saying that is something you need to get used to because you see it as 9 wide. Yeah, I mean, it works for the model, but just seeing and saying 9 wide is that's weird. Is the big boy from Union Pacific too big to build or too complex? Well, not for me because I have built a big boy before, and it was a few years ago when I made it. So this was how long ago did I make my big boy? Because that is a fairly old model at this rate. Rolling stock, running the Sodor, layout reconstruction. But yeah, this was a model that I made a few years back. It was a relatively good build. The shape of the boiler was probably the best part of that model. The tender was all right, but the way that the pistons were set up to the cylinders, especially for an articulated model, that wasn't good. Yeah, this was a 2019 model because it's amongst my 6Y British models. September 2019. Ooh, that's 3.5 years ago. That's 3.5 years ago. But yeah, it's on my channel. It's still a thing that exists. It's not a bad model, and I'm still happy with how that looks. But today, I could definitely do that much better. It's not too complex. It's definitely gonna take a lot of time to build because of its overall size. But this is a case of this is a model I've built, and this is also another case where I've built one. I have no desire to go back and rebuild it. It has to be a very special model for me to want to go back and rebuild it. And again, sadly, this is not one of those models, which is a shame because seeing this again on my railway would be pretty cool. But at the same time, we're no longer in the era of the giants. Yeah, Emerald Champion is the only big engine that's allowed to remain. And we are not going to be getting anything too big with the next version, so long as I can help it. I do want to try that shark nose streamlining though, because that's a really cool idea. Let me get I need to save a picture because that's something I'll need to put with the other pictures I have for the ideas. Right, so we got some things there. Okay, so T1 duplex. That's such a beautiful engine. The T1 duplex is such a beautiful engine. Look at that. Tony Sava has another one of these made out of Lego as well, and it's it's just so perfect. I love that so much. A former LNUR member is also currently in the progress of making one of these. I don't know how far in he is with it's easy shark nose. I don't know how far he is in terms of the progress of his model of this. I can only hope he's actually made a start. I think he actually has started the model itself, but it's been forever since he's probably done something with it. I don't blame him because, you know, the overall size of this model is massive, or mahusive, as I heard a few people say in the past. Oh, it looks so good. I could stare at this for hours, by the way. Doesn't matter that it's an American locomotive. This is an engine I could stare at for hours. I'm not going to be building this locomotive anytime soon, but the idea this was this the locomotive as well? It might have been this locomotive, but looking at the tender, the overall shape and size of that tender, just because of the amount of wheels that it has, that was the tender that made me go, what if I made another model where it just had one stupid long tender? So yeah, that was definitely something that kind of kicked off some more ideas. I should save that for the tender. I've got so many pictures saved for tender designs. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Is it though? Yeah, it is wonderful. Okay, it has just dinged 9 o'clock. Look at that. I think I saw a few more pictures, not pictures, a few more questions appear in chat. So let's kind of round this off. It's only one of a British Rails GT3. I have seen two of those out of Lego as well. One of them is made by the guy who runs Tech Brick. Tech Brick is the UK reseller for Trix Bricks and other products, like things that would come from Mold King, for example. That's something that Tech Brick is able to get through recently. The owner, Dan, has made a GT3 back at LA Noir Fest last year. He was able to come along for one of the days, and he brought a GT3. And for a moment I thought, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. You know, that's really cool. British Bricks actually has a digital design so far for the GT3. I think it's like a half-finished one. But if Sam was to attempt a GT3, it would look spot on. But there is another one that was entered for the LUKR Awards. And that is an 8-stud wide model. And again, that looks so perfect. You can go to you can even go to Flickr because he uploaded it on Flickr. You just type in Lego GT3 and it's there on Flickr because again, it's so well made, it's so perfect. I love that model so much. That was on my to build list for a while, but it seems so obscure. I eventually kind of got a bit turned off by it. 9 o'clock for me, 4 o'clock for you. Yeah. Yes, Josh, it really is like that. And I think 9 o'clock bedtime is sounding quite appealing to me right now because I'm all of a sudden very tired now that I know that this is the end of the stream. So that will do it for today. Chat was a bit quieter today, but at the same time, this was a good thing because this was just me talking about Comic-Con. It was answering a few questions in chat. It was a bit impromptu as well. I was on my way home from Comic-Con. I thought, you know what, it's not as late as I thought it was. Let's do a stream. And you may have noticed as well with the thumbnails, with the last two streams, including this one, you know, where it says, you know, Saturday night, I can't remember. I don't know if this is going to be flipped or not. But in one of the corners where it says Saturday Night Live, there's a cross where Saturday is written and it says Friday. But for today's one, there's a cross and it says Sunday. So this weekly show that's supposed to take place on Saturday nights, that's really going well, isn't it? At the same time, at least we're getting a stream in, so that's something. And I very much would rather do a stream on an odd day than wait another week to do a stream. So yeah. Next Saturday though, on the 12th, should be the next proper Saturday night live stream. So that'll be good. And I think that is time to wrap it up. Chat seems to be nice and quiet now, so I don't have to worry about answering any more questions. I can close all these other tabs. That's lovely stuff. And now I will head off before I start repeating myself and I start to waste time. I do need to go through my to build list. I need to find that because that has a lot of things on there that I actually do want to get on and rebuild. So there we go. The vlog for Comic-Con will come out in the next day or two. I'm hoping to get it edited and uploaded tomorrow, if not Tuesday. If for some reason it doesn't get uploaded tomorrow, it'll be uploaded Tuesday, but it should be out tomorrow. Did you watch Ginty Brick Railway? No, since I'm seeing that. Okay, you've caught me just in time. So what I'll do, opening a new tab right now, you can see the difference in the lighting. So that's the new tab. We're gonna get this searched in. Ginty Brick Railway. There we go. And now I will carry on and watch that once this stream is finished. So thank you all ever so much for watching. It's always so much fun to do these live streams and to interact with the people that have the time to tune in and watch these. Again, these are always for interaction, so if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to kind of say and chat to keep conversations going, it's always welcomed. I will see you all in the next episode. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon.